Hi, I'm Bob. You know, I used to think that I was the only one with projectile diarrhea. Turns out, I am. Just me. But that's why I take Diarrhea X. Ever have problems with projectile diarrhea? Of course you haven't. Only Bob has. I'm the only person in the world with this condition. And they still made a commercial for it. Diarrhea Rex is a revolutionary new drug made solely for Bob. I also don't have health insurance, so I can't. Side effects include upset stomach. Wait, you didn't tell me there were side effects. Heartburn, excessive diarrhea. Wait, pools of blood in the stomach. More diarrhea? More? Nausea. That doesn't make any sense. Coming from underneath. Why is that? It's supposed to be less. It's supposed to be less diarrhea. Or at least make it non-projectile diarrhea. Do you understand? It shoots out of my ass and it goes through my pants. Why are you doing this? Blah 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 blah. Diarrhea Rex. Find out if it's right for you. Just kidding. It's not right for you. It's only right for Bob.
You know, things aren't the same way they used to be in this wrestling business. I've been in this business for over, 75 years. And it's changed. Nobody knows how to work anymore. You know, back in the day, I'd be on the road for about 215 days straight working the same guy. We'd always just call it. We used to work these carnival shows, And you didn't know what the crowd was gonna be. If there was no crowd, you could just lay in the ring and just not wrestle for an hour and take a nap. And if somebody showed up, you just do the finish. If there were people there, then you could just lock in a headlock for a good 15 minutes and see where it goes. The worst case scenario is that they throw a tin can or a tomato at you. I'm the only wrestler that's ever wrestled an elephant in a cage. Like Stu Hart likes to talk up a game that he wrestled a bear. But I wrestled an elephant, yeah. And they had the touch on it in two. And, I did not beat the elephant because, it stomped on me and squished my insides. So I have a little bit of a limited lung capacity and my liver got put way down to my bladder. So I kind of look like a weird cartoon character because when the elephant stomped on me, it pushed everything down, so I got a gigantic gut and gigantic hips. It's just not the same. I tried watching this, what was it called? Taconite? Huh? Dynamite? Dynamite, that's it. I was watching it, and they're doing all these flippy things, and I just don't understand it. What happened to the good old days? What happened to, Vern would never allow that. Vern would never. It's just not the same. It's not the same anymore. Why can't we get in a time machine and go back and, everything was black and white back then. I don't like living in full color. I miss it when phones were made out of tin cans and string. Can it be back to what it used to be? I'm not dead yet. I got a feeling I'm not going to die for a while for some reason. I don't know.
Let's say goodbye with a smile, dear.
I don't like the taste of the glue I use for my dentures. I usually don't put them in unless I have to, and I make this smacking noise all the time.
Pre-shift. Okay, everybody, here's the deal for today. We got a 20 top coming in at 6:30. They're all Episcopalians, so they can only eat fish on Fridays. And it's Thursday, so we're going to have to get some clarification on that. As far as vegan subs, we don't have hoagie rolls. So if they would want a sub, it would be we'd have to make it a sandwich. So they'd probably be very disappointed. They don't want any meat. So just so when you serve the food, just don't put the meat on there, and just leave that spot empty, just to kind of remind them what they're missing out on. Also, last night I found a knife in the dish pit. I want to commend whoever did that for making sure that their knives are clean. Prep list. So I'm gonna change up the prep list. So I don't have to do anything anymore. So here's the deal, Laura. So if we run out of something, 86 it. Because here's what I'm thinking. It's been really busy on Fridays and Saturdays, and we always prep more food. And the more food we prep, the more people show up, and it gets really stressful, and everybody freaks out. So I'm thinking, if we prep less, then we can 86 half the menu items at the end of Friday night. So Saturday night, we only have to cook 3 separate things. And if people come wanting a particular dish that got 86, then they leave, then that's a lot. It's a little less stressful for us because we don't have to serve them. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Am I making sense here? Is this clear? Okay. The Lost Media Iceberg. The Lost Media Iceberg. There have been a lot of forms of media that have been lost to time, but here are 15 of them as we dive deeper into the Lost Media Iceberg. Number 15. The Abraham Lincoln Sex Lithograph. Celebrity sex tapes are super common nowadays, but did you know famous people also had sex during the Civil War? It is rumored that a primitive photograph of Abraham Lincoln hooking up with an ex from high school exists. Number 14. Velveeta Chernobyl. There is said to exist a commercial for Velveeta that shows a cheese factory having a meltdown and gallons of melty cheese consuming people in the plant. It was quickly pulled from rotation for being insensitive to the victims of Chernobyl. Number 4. Super Mario World Underground Sewage Level. Ever thought that Mario, always going into pipes, that he'd eventually fall into raw sewage? Well, there was a level that did exactly that in the original cut of Super Mario World. Mario enters the level and falls into a pool of poo and is attacked by turd-flinging poo Goombas. Apparently, there was an unnamed monster that would try and catch Mario in a giant used condom, and instead of thwomps falling from above, occasional streams of fresh sewage would periodically fall and try to take out Mario. Number 3. Faces of Death. Alejandro Jodorowsky version.